Well, welcome back. With inflation on the rise and the cost of everyday living becoming increasingly higher, many people turn to their hobbies as a form of escape. But even that's becoming harder as prices for things like old video games to antiques are growing higher. 41 NBC's Chase Ambrose visited a few local businesses to see how they're dealing with these price hikes.
Hobbies are fun pastimes that help us relax or even feel accomplished. One type of hobby that can be done both casually or more hardcore is collecting. Whether it's old cards or postage stamps, collections range from everyday items to the more obscure. Aaron Gray is the owner of Retro Raven, a store that specializes in the sale of used video games and gaming hardware. It's been open in Macon for 2 years now, first opening in Ingleside and then moving over to a bigger building on Vineville. Gray says he's noticed a rise in prices for old games that started during the initial outbreak of COVID.
People came into the market that had nothing to do with collecting video games and more of as an investment. And so we saw that especially in sealed games.
Sealed games are games that were never opened. Gray says that he's noticed the market peaking in the summer of 2021, but has recently been seeing prices stagnate, except for a handful of certain graded sealed games. These games have pushed up the prices for loose games, making it difficult for both casual and longtime fans.
See that in the loose games as well, like where maybe your $20 to $30 games, they go up a little bit, but your super rare game that was maybe $150 last year is $200 or $250. So you're seeing the ultra rare stuff really escalating still.
Gray also sees a lot of overlap is happening between the video game market and the comic book market, as fans from the comic market start looking and ultimately investing in older video games with the same mindset and tactics that they would use while looking for old comics. Over on another side of the collecting hobby is antiques.
Antiques are popular right now, and supply and demand will dictate the cost and the price. If the vendor has to spend more money to go out and find their merchandise, on gas or lodging or whatever, they might have to pass that price on to the consumer.
Heather Clem is the co-owner of Big Peach Antiques Mall in Byron. Her shop houses over 200 vendors, all selling wildly different goods. Clem says that in the business of antiquing, prices are impacted by popular trends. Clem says new vendors are always needed because they're the ones who bring in the new merchandise and help set prices.
We are happy to talk to anyone considering getting into the business. I love bringing in new vendors, and especially younger vendors.
Prices will likely continue to fluctuate with demand, but the most faithful collectors don't seem to waver no matter the price. In Macon, Chase Ambrose, 41 NBC News.
And Clem says the Antique Mall hosts frequent weekend workshops for new vendors and hopes to continue to help people enjoy the hobby. If you're interested in learning more about either of those businesses and their respective hobbies, we'll connect you on our website, 41NBC.com.